Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia Pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue the part 2 of 洛神赋, the eulogy to goddess Luo today. And because today is February 29th, it's a special, every 4-year special day. So I want to highlight that I am glad to have this very special poem in the history of Chinese fall on this very special day, because as I said in last episode, he's the prince. He almost became the king back then, but because of his poetic, very emotionally expressive self, he couldn't become the country's leader. He wasn't picked at the end, and there throughout the history, thousands of years of history in China, many rulers. The ultimate ruler, the Huangdi, the empress in China. But there are also many poets, right? But poets eventually outwin his prince status. Like, he was remembered more by his words than his political power. Like, it's gone once he's gone, right? But his words left, and that's how we memorize. So this is once every 4-year special day, and this kind of poem, this level of achievement in the language, expressiveness, dedicated to describing woman. I mean, it's not that of a typical subject in that era, almost 2,000 years ago. That didn't occur that frequent at all. It's from far and few. And especially you can see such long passages is even less common. Okay. Anyways, we do have like in Chinese, throughout the Chinese history, many good poems, even describing emotions and romantic feelings. We do, but this one still stands out. Okay. 秾纤得中，修短合度，肩若削成，腰如约素. Okay, if the part 1 of this poem was more overall sense, comparing the vision, right, the hallucinated vision of this passed away drowned girl that turned goddess, if that's the overall sense, comparing it to different plants, chrysanthemum, lotus, or from to bird, flying swan, or swimming snake, that's the overall sense. Now we come to the part that comes to very detailed specifications of what's considered beauty. 浓纤得中. I translate as neither too curvy nor too thin. So on the spectrum of human body type, this vision, this goddess, falls exactly at the right amount. And 浓纤, 浓 means sturdy, grown in thicker, stronger, diameter. And because we have this side, we know it's something related to plantation. And 纤, because we have this fabric thing, we know it's related to fabric making. So both are agriculture, and this is, fabric making is derived from the agriculture. And 纤 means thin, 浓 means thick. So not too thick, not too skinny. The 得中 means fall right in the middle. And when you see 中, it looks just like that, right? We have a box and this middle line cut right in the middle. That means it's, on the spectrum, this is the perfect middle path. Okay. 修短合度. So basically talking about, if this 浓纤 talking about horizontally, thick or skinny, 修短 vertically. like not too long, not too short either. So 修 means long and 短 means short. Long, short, 合 means matching, like matching the degree. So Chinese, or the golden rule in Chinese is also about this everything in moderation, everything have this right amount or degree. So neither too short or too long, or too tall, too short. So we have this horizontal measurement metric, we have vertical metric. Now 2 dimensions talked, specific body parts. Okay, we talk about the 肩, her shoulder. And we talk about the 腰. Okay, in contemporary Western aesthetic, we can see waistline, right? That's like a major attention, or if you want to say somebody in good shape, this hourglass shape was still valued in the Western culture. Same here in Chinese. 腰 was picked out as one body part, that kind of the marker of if this person is well-maintained figure. So waistline, as if corseted in white. So 素 is this before the fabric was dyed into the different colors. It's greyish color. And 约 I translated as corset, but 约 means confining. So I would imagine ancient times that girls also have their waistline to cinch in, right, to make it more hourglass, and then have this corset was this Western costume. I would imagine ancient Chinese, they also have some sort of confining, so that you have narrower waist. And the 入 and the 如, they are the same thing. It's comparing, right? So now 肩, this shoulder blade part, 若削成, as if it's chiseled. Okay, imagine that. That is probably a cultural distinctive, at least in this passage, out of all the body parts. So now we talk about, after we talk about 2 dimensions, the 2 body parts, instead of in contemporary English-speaking world, right? Your curviest, your front view, back view, right? Side view. The body parts are, we know is like a shoulder was not even considered the main attractive point. But here, the shoulder line or the shoulder blade, I translated, 若削成, as if it's carved or chiseled. And later I realized, yes, not like you, for ballerinas, again, using the dancer's body as an example, ballerinas, after training so many years, they are going to have the chiseled shoulder blade shape because of the muscle power and also the habit of confining their back so that they have their right posture in there. And culturally, Chinese appreciate this chiseled shoulder blade shape, as if that's a main teller sign to see if this is a female figure, well maintained. Okay, so this roundedness of shoulder blade, Chinese have an expression of 虎背熊腰, as if it's a bear, as you know, English bear hug, right? But the Chinese in 虎背熊腰, this tiger's back and bear's waistline, like that, you know, gives you the contrast of doesn't have the kind of shoulder, doesn't have the waistline, like everything is a big thick blend. That's like, that's a big turn off. Okay, so I'm choosing this picture to show you this 素, 约素. Of course, this is not exactly a white color, and it's already embroidered or brocade, and this is dyed in purple, but it gives you the cinched waistline, and to show you apparel or costume in today's perspective, how it was made. It's a reimagination from contemporary people, reimagined Chinese ancient costume. So it may not even be used as a good read into the ancient practice, but at least this imagined version to say, okay, waistline was taken care of and emphasized, and that shows on the apparel. And this chiseled shoulder blades, well, throughout human history, I mean, not human history, Chinese history, most of the time the necklines of female figures are kind of closely necked. Like you don't really see much beyond the neckline, tiny little bit of neck. But in some eras in China, the collarbones and the necklines were exposed more. And that was expressed in here. So I guess in almost 2,000 years ago, when the time the poet was observing and the neckline showing was possible back then. Okay, then he further talks about the neck itself, not just the collarbones, the neck here. So 延颈修项，皓质呈露，芳泽无加，铅华弗御。Okay, this is especially talking about two things. 项 and 颈 is the front part. The front is the 项. Okay, this is the 项. Okay, and the back that we cannot exactly see, the back of the neck is called so this is the front. 颈 is the front, and the 项 is the back. So the front and back, Chinese even distinguish the two sides of the neck. Isn't that interesting? Like in English, we have to say front neck, back neck, right? But Chinese have one dedicated Chinese character for that. And yan and xiu, both are describing. Yan means elongated, and xiu means in good shape. So the neckline, the neck shape, I simply use not long, translated the yan, the elongated shape. I guess in dance pose as well, like we want to have long necklines. That's one major line extension in ballerina or regular dancer's body. They have to have this not long neckline. So I guess that's universal, aesthetically appeals to men. I mean to women as well, right? 皓质呈露, 皓. We see the white color again, and that is describing the coloring, the pigment. So because you only have limited exposed skin, like a lu means exposed, right? You only have a limited skin to sample the full body. Try to imagine the full body view of the skin color of the girl, and so here through the neck, exposed neck, front and back, you see the skin there. The 质 means the quality of the skin. In this case, it's the color, the pigmentation of the skin. It's hot, it's moonshine like skin. So Chinese often pair this hot with 月, means illuminating moon. So it's kind of a moonlight quality, not kind of a cold, bright color. So that's the kind of ideal skin color up there. All right, and 芳泽无加, 芳泽 flavor, fragrant. 泽, okay, 泽, we have the water sign on the left. So it's something about, what's the word for it? In the skincare, hydration of skin, you need to keep your skin moist, supple. So this 芳泽 especially is about skincare product, like no skincare needed. She naturally has such perfect moonshine-like skin. And the 铅华弗御, like no makeup is applied. You can tell it's like just natural beauty. It's already this beautiful. 铅 is lead. So 铅华, actually, I'm not sure if in ancient makeup industry back then, it's probably not an industry in our today's sense, but like people between generations and between your neighbors, you pass the secrets of beauty secrets, right? And it's something related to lead. like ancient times makeup already is related to chemicals of lead. But when we see qianhua, we know it's about makeup. So again, I'm choosing this picture to show her neckline, front and back. And of course, she used makeup, but as natural as possible. And also her skin color kind of get close to 皓质, just a sense of cold white color with a little bit of pink showing there. And both the lip color and the eyebrow color seems like it came as natural as possible, like no need makeup. Okay. And next slide is about the hairdo. The hair, the eyebrows, the lips, and the teeth inside the lips. Okay. So here we go. We have a 云髻峨峨, 修眉联娟, 丹唇外朗, 皓齿内鲜. Okay, again, 娟 and 鲜. Now we hear it. It rhymes, right? So 云髻. Chinese like to describe or compare a female hairdo. 髻, we know here is about the hair. And ji is probably the sound, but probably is a type of hairdo that's past a certain age. Women in China are not like me. I don't have any hairdo. My type of loose hair was not acceptable ancient times. They have to have a certain hairdo, and this probably describes the shape of the hairdo. One of the types or styles. We don't know, but in general, in today, it's just a hairdo, a particular kind of hairdo, right? And Chinese often like to compare female hair to yun. So I'm not sure if it gives you the puffiness, or because yun is above us and the hair is on the top of the human, I mean, the whole body, the hair is the one thing that sits on top of us. So it has a locational and also the qualitative, the puffiness that's related to cloud. But Chinese like to describe hair with cloud. 峨峨, you see this mountain sign on the left here. That means a high-rise mountains. And I guess style-wise, ancient times, the hairdo would be more appreciated if it stand up tall, like high rises like that. I mean, I mainly choose this picture to show the hairdo that got kind of above the higher than the person. Not exactly sure why higher hairdo have any innate quality, but probably it changes the proportion of your face, the overall proportion of your head, or in proportional to your body. It could also signify that you can afford to have somebody skillful enough to build up a hair that stand up tall, not collapsing like that. And so that's, I guess, social status implied in there. So 云髻峨峨 was appreciated over there. And 修眉, so the eyebrows cannot be just natural shape. It has to be 修. But 修 have two readings. One is it's trimmed, and the other reading is long. So just like in the first slide, oh, okay. The first slide, we have 修短, right? 修 means elongated, means longer. So 修眉 can also mean long eyebrows. So the short ones doesn't look as good as the long ones, okay? And 联娟, 联 means a couple, a link. So if they exist on your face, they come in pairs, right? And they have to kind of symmetrical. So that wasn't explicitly talked about, but later on we know like a human face look good when things are symmetrical. So 联 gives you the sense of things are coordinated, they are linked. And long eyebrows, lined curves. So lined, I mean they are aligned. And 娟 gives you the sense of feminine softness, curves. 丹唇外朗, 丹 is red. That's ancient cosmetic to make red lips. So that's the material to make the red. And then eventually it means the color red. Okay. And 单唇 lips, 外朗. So externally, 朗, we have the moon again, the moon symbol over here to show you the brightness or the light reflected from the moon. And 单唇外朗 so kind of give you the, because it's a red lip, so it forms a contrast to the rest of the skin color, right? It stands out and it gives you almost like shine, brighter than the other parts of the visuals. So it used the shine on the red lips. 皓齿内鲜. Again, now we're using the sun symbol with the white sun ray come from it. So the sun ray is a Chinese white definition. And 皓 means it's kind of, okay, if 朗 is the moonlight, 皓 is the sunlight. So you can see the moonlight is kind of a cold light and or a little bit dimmed light. Then 皓 means bright, almost like a beaming sunlight. Okay. 皓齿, okay, now lips and teeth, they are often come together, right? And seen together. So that this portion is also the, I guess, one of the vision attention. So you look at the eyebrows, the eyes, you know, hairdo, the eyebrows, and then the lips and the inside of the lips. So there is a visual kind of a scanning her whole head coming from this sequence. So 皓齿内鲜 internally fresh, give you, I mean, this word choice is very distinctive. Like I would never imagine to describe the white teeth with fresh, because fresh is like a food makes things fresh. And the only connection between teeth and fresh is because teeth is the food processing organ. And therefore it probably doesn't, it implies that it doesn't smell. And because it's a fresh, it probably smells good with that connection. But this is what make such word choices is what make this poem or this poet distinctive from the crowd of, I mean, so many language users over thousands of years and so many poems dedicated to describing women's beauty. And we have a ton of expressions talks about the lips, red lips and the white teeth, okay? But the choice of 朗, okay, and the 鲜 adds a totally different dimension to the domain they're talking about, not just the physical things, because of 朗, it gives you the kind of moonlight, bright moonlight shine. It puts you in that immersive experience of as if you're living under the moonlight just by looking at that red lips. It gives you such an ambient feeling. And 皓齿, even if it's not showing in this picture, supposedly 单唇配皓齿, right? So we have this white teeth that's as if there's a sunlight beaming. That kind of whiteness, like shiny white, right? In English, we have bright teeth. It implies the same aesthetic preference of the whiteness of the teeth. It's bright. It's comparable to the sunlight, bright. So 皓齿 is exactly that, the bright teeth. Well, I should have translated the bright teeth. And this 鲜 is another dimension, as ties to the aroma, right? The freshness also, like well kept, so good teeth hygiene here implied is fresh, because I guess in ancient times the dental care back then have a whole procedure to keep things clean, keep your teeth white, and the breath fresh, right? And just one word, implied all of that. And I think a definition of a great language user is this capacity to choose one character that is distant enough from the original object you're describing. And then by this distance, somewhat is relatable, almost like a dot connection that brings you up to a whole more dimensions that relates to the object, not the direct, like 单纯好吃, like nothing in surprise. Like it's the coloring description. It's a usual adjectives. It's cliche in a sense. But what made them different is such other word choices. That's not the usual wiring in our brain or the usual language inclination to use it. But once they put it out there, and then you realize, wow, that's really something that you can see the connections this far. You can make such a long distance dot connection. Okay, so that's the end of my little detour into classical literature in Chinese, describing this vision of a passed away goddess. And a lot of the series goes behind of if this is a poet implying, like people try to find out the life figure of whoever is the object, because it's a superhuman existence from the way like describe her overall to close up the different dimensions of her beauty. The language used on just one single supposedly person, and people would like to know, like if this is a promotional piece of a beauty in, say, the show business, like people would be really picked on their interest of who can even live up to such an image creation, right? But I don't know. There are many different, speculations of who this life figure is, if there is such a life figure, or is it really a dream, a hallucination, or imagination, or if there are any political implications over there. We don't know, but I'm glad to share, and I hope if you have the interest and audacity to dig into classical Chinese literature, come to good language use like that. And I need to spend more time like that as well. All right, thanks for viewing. See you another time.